Vaughn, what's a pimp?
Just for the record, this girl's 12 years old and was raised by wolves. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of E for Everyone. I'm Kristen, your storyteller, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite games I played in 1998, a game from Procreon called The Legend of Legaia. It's 1998, you just watched A Bug's Life, Babe, Pig in the City, and Air Bud, and for some reason there's a lot of movies with talking animals in them.
I'm sorry I bit you. Are you alright?
You fall asleep in your room listening to the Backstreet Boys and look around your room to see your newest toys. A Tamagotchi that you keep clipped on your backpack. A PlayStation 1 attached to a CRT TV. And a Furby that lurks on your desk. Always speaking to you at odd hours of the night. You're itching to play some PlayStation. You see some of your classics like Spyro the Dragon and Tomb Raider 3, but you're itching for something new. So, you pop in this game that you picked solely based on the cover art, Legend of Legaia. Let's talk some video game history. Produced by Contrail, developed by Procreon, and released on the PS1 in 1998. This JRPG had a story about a world already in ruin, anime-style 3D graphics, and with three main protagonists, Vaughn, Noah, and Gala, characters from different parts of the world with different ways of growing up. The magic and summoning mechanic were combined. Defeating an enemy gave the player a chance to absorb their magic and summon them back into battle to fight for them. Sure, it was turn-based, like all JRPGs at the time, but using the arts for special moves for characters really stood out. You could choose between up, down, left, and right, and choose the sequence. Not only could you pick out what kind of hit the player would do, but discover new combinations of how a player could choose to play, and they called that arts. The arts mechanic fared really well and landed some decent reviews. The Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences nominated Legend of Legaia for Console Adventure Role-Playing Game of the Year. So then, what happened to Procreon? Well, from what I can tell, they were absorbed by Sony PlayStation after the Legend of Legaia sequel didn't do so great.
Good lord.
American audiences didn't really appreciate the story so much, but in the biography of the characters' ages, they were kind of left out for Americans, leaving them to guess. So it turns out the character, Noah, who acts like a child all of the time, is actually 12, which makes her a lot more tolerable.
It's just a baby!
The writer,
Hidenori Shabao.
he actually hated the anime-style voices in combat. One of the main points he makes in the interview is he wasn't interested in a story of betrayal where one of the characters turns their back on another. It was really played out, and that's why it never happens in Legend of Legaia. His goal was to develop a story with a really unique concept. He didn't want to prevent the world from ruin, but instead it was already there. The world's already engulfed in the mist, and you have to try to figure out how to turn it back. The protagonists are the glimmer of hope in a world already in despair. Developing a world in the mist was really a technical innovation. The specs for the PlayStation 1 really focused on textured polygons, so the mist had to be expressed in polygons. This gradually lowered the processing speed and performance, but also keep in mind, this 37.5-hour game was on one disc. When you compare it to like Final Fantasy VII or Parasite Eve at the time, they were on multiple discs. It's kind of amazing that they fit so much on just one disc. The Legend of Legaia sold close to 1 million copies. This seems kind of low. Was this an overlooked game that just came out at the wrong time? Yeah! Now that we know the history, it's time to tell the story of the Legend of Legaia. The game starts off with a really cool 3D cinematic that shows off the three protagonists that we haven't met yet, and some of the villains. Are you impressed by the graphics? I sure am! Is this gonna be the whole game? No. The game actually starts as a scrolling text talking about how the world used Ra-Seru to help humankind. But then the mist came in and destroyed everything. The Ra-Seru turned on the people and started attacking. No longer could people use them, and the world is barely surviving. Welcome to Rim Elm. These weren't the graphics I was promised. The characters are all 3D and chibi-like. We'll get used to them. Cute chibi versions forever. This is Vaughn. He turned 14 and is now eligible to be a hunter for the town. Before his first big hunt, a girl named May needs measurements to make him a new hunting outfit. This is going to be his first time outside the village with the mist around. May comes over to the house to measure Vaughn and gets all embarrassed when his little sister Nini asks if she's in love with him. Ooh, somebody has a crush! Let's practice sparring with this guy at the beach. Well, are these what they actually look like? Better proportions, better details, okay, very cool. After getting a rundown on how the attack modes work, the hunters from the previous hunt return. May's father, Juno, did not survive the hunt. The village tries to comfort May and Vaughn goes to sleep to awaken to the wall of the village being attacked. A Ra-Seru monster teleports inside the walls and a giant monster destroys the wall protecting them out. They're after the Genesis tree. Vaughn fights through the Ra-Seru monsters and makes it to the tree, touching the trunk. A stone floats down and speaks to him. This is a Ra-Seru, one that is not affected by the mist. He's chosen to protect humanity. The Ra-Seru tells Vaughn to gather everyone at the Genesis tree. He gets the village to pray together and the Genesis tree starts driving away the mist. How Captain Planet of you, Vaughn.
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet!
Now that the town is saved, Meta tells Vaughn that he must save nearby areas by reviving the Genesis trees nearby. Before he leaves, he needs to respect the dead with a Viking funeral. Despite being blocky, seeing May run into the ocean and cry made me quite emotional when I was 12 or 13 when I played this game. As Vaughn leaves the town, May brings the completed hunter outfit. Vaughn stops by the Hunter Spring and finds out that he saved someone from driving the mist away and learns that the castle ahead, Drake's castle, is engulfed in mist, and the people have turned into Ra-Seru monsters. Once inside the castle, he can see that the people have locked themselves in cages to prevent themselves from hurting others. Eventually, Vaughn finds the king who caged himself. Meta tells Vaughn that we need to revive the Genesis tree of Mount Rikuroa. He passes through the castle and gets to the base of the mountain. Meta informs him that they feel the presence of another Ra-Seru. We transition to Noah, a girl who is raised by a wolf named Cara and is trapped in the Snowdrift Cave. There's an earthquake for the first time, and the mist enters the cave. Tara the wolf leads Noah to the Genesis tree. Zeto sends a monster after them. Meanwhile, Vaughn is climbing the mountain and reaches the top just in time to help Noah and Tara. It's time for our first boss fight. They crush the flying monster together, and the wolf, though, is obviously dying. Vaughn and Noah take the wolf to the Genesis tree and Vaughn revives the tree. Look at us saving humanity, helping the trees. All the people from Drake's castle have been saved. Back at the tree, the wolf dies, but Tara is a Ra-Seru and is now worn by Noah. So the presence she had growing up will never leave her. That's sweet. That glove thing's her mom. Noah joins the party. They head back to Drake's castle and are greeted by the king. He asks them to drive away the mist from the world. The scenes of Noah asking naive questions is pretty funny, but really reminds you that she was literally raised by a wolf with no concept of things like money. So they head to the Biron Monastery. This place has a fan system that keeps the mist out to protect the people. You enter a training session with the monks, and Master Zopu sees you and introduces himself. He notices you're wearing a Ra-Seru, but decides to throw a party since having visitors is rare. You meet up with a familiar face, Maya, May's mother, who seems to have become trapped at the monastery because of the mist. She runs off to prepare for the party. Songi, the most angry-looking dude ever, tells you that Biron forbid the wearing of Ra-Seru. But if he can become stronger, he's gonna wear one too. Master Teacher over there is not happy with Master Zopu's decisions, clearly. At the party, Vaughn tells Maya about the death of Juno. Then Zopu comes out and asks you to revive the Genesis tree in the nearby forests. He has Vaughn, Noah, and Master Teacher leave for West Voz Forest, while Songi leads another into the east. So are we gonna call this guy Master Teacher forever? No, Gala. Gala is the oldest of the party. He's actually 18 years old, but he kind of looks like a 30-year-old buff monk to me. They get the Genesis tree and find it dying, and it can't be revived, but there is a Ra-Seru egg. They return to the Biron Monastery to see the machine that holds back the mist is broken. Sopu and the others are hiding in the back room from the Seru monsters. And Maya has been turned into a Seru monster. The crew heads to the East Voz Forest to see if they can revive the tree, but what happened to Songi? They find that the Genesis tree is okay and in good condition, but Mr. Angie Boy Songi over here has other plans. He wants to fight Gala now that he has a Seru. Takes him down with one punch. He sends in some Seru monsters and leaves. Vaughn and Noah revive the tree and the Ra-Seru egg hatches and chooses a reluctant Gala. They return to the Biron Monastery free of mist, but since Gala put on a Seru, he is excommunicated. It's time to take out the source of the mist generator. So you're saying someone's manufacturing the mist? Why? The team runs through the giant dungeon only to find Songi. Okay, built-in angry eyebrows, let's go. Wait, that's what Songi actually looks like? Why is he a Super Saiyan? Yeah, that outfit doesn't even look like it matches his chibi character at all. Gala has no problem with the fight now that he has a Ra-Seru. Once defeated, Songi warns us of Zeto waiting for us at the mist generator. I don't know if he just hates Gala or everyone. They get to the mist generator to see a huge machine. And as expected, Zeto comes out and turns into Porygon? He's just a crab, just a big crab man.
I'm Mr. Krabs!
Then Team Save the World crushes him and destroys the mist generator. Now that the Drake Kingdom is free, Maya returns to Rim Elm to be with her daughter. Let's head north. The blocked off passage is now free, and we can enter the ancient wind cave. An old woman lets the team stay at the inn for free, and they all have the same dream. They need to go to the city of Octum to talk to Hari, who can tell them the meaning of dreams. They leave the wind cave and find the town of Jeremy. It's covered in mist and the people there are Seru monsters. But there is a Genesis tree in the Sky Gardens. At the top of the gardens there's a Seru monster eating it? I mean, it's kind of cute. Like a wild puppy? Let's fight it! You take it down and revive the Genesis tree and save the people of Jeremy. We travel to Vidna, where giant windmills keep the town safe. Inside the town, you'll find some training monks, and a follower gives you the word of Hari to help you find them in Octum. You also learn that the windmills are powered by the hot water that live under the city. The city of Octum is covered in mist, and there appears to be nobody around. You find a secret tunnel and delve deeper to find a locked-up elevator. A thief named Cara steps out from the shadow and accuses the crew of being thieves. So you go to the Shadow Gate, only to come across more enemies. The Delilas Family. But they get called away for another mission. Now, to enter the Shadow Gate, to find the underground city of Octum. So now the team can finally meet Hari and have their prophecy told, though the underground city isn't doing so well with the earthquakes and all. Sorry, Deborah, I hope you have earthquake insurance? You find Hari, but it turns out they're 3 babies? Prophecy babies? They go through the babies of the past, present, and future. Hari tells the team to save the town by fighting whatever is causing the earthquakes. Noah's parents are in Cockrum, and you need to save the world of the mist. Immediately after, Hari's house earthquakes out of existence. But don't worry, Hari is an orb spirit now instead of babies. So down deeper we go, and we find the jerk who's causing the earthquakes. Minotaur, and with his dying wish, he freezes the lava under the caverns. But this could have some knock-on effects, right? You know the town with the windmills? Vidna? It's all misty now because of the hot water below the city stopped powering the windmills. So that's bad. The Mayor of Octum tells you to go to Mount Latona, where the Genesis tree is. But when you get to the top, there's a barrier covering the Genesis tree, preventing the team from reviving it. Oh look, it's Songi again. Are you surprised? Shocked? Or just kind of mad because this guy ruins everything? He wants to fight, so we fight. But now he has gray hair, so he must be stronger? We win again, and he takes away the force field and then leaves like a sore loser. Team Awesome revives the Genesis tree and goes to the neighboring city of Ra-Seru. The citizens aren't exactly that happy to have the mist driven away. Turns out the city is dealing with a wild leader who chooses random women as brides and sacrifices them. You meet Eliza. She's in a purple wedding gown and has been chosen, but Noah decides to take her place. The king looks and acts weird, like something is off. The guards do what the leader wants him to because they're under some sort of mind control, and the people don't know how to stop him. The guards take Noah away and lead her to an underground chamber. Down below you can see the Ra-Seru brides are having their life force sucked out of them. E for everyone tip, don't do human sacrifice. This game is rated E for everyone. What? Vaughn and Gala find Noah in the underground chamber and fight Ra-Seru. Then something happens. His weird hat leaves his head, looks like he was being controlled by a Sim-Seru. He jumps in and tries to stop the feeding of the Juggernaut, and the beast is shoved underground. Ra-Seru explains that a traveler convinced him to wear the Sim-Seru and he couldn't break free of its control. Please wear this hat, I bet it will look great on you. It doesn't have evil mind control or anything. I'm evil now. No refunds. Now we have access to another mist generator, Dunhati's castle, and it's time to take it down. Once you defeat Dunhati, he informs you that the Juggernaut is now free, says something about Prince Court, and then dies. The team takes down the mist generator, and the Ra-Serus explain that the mist generator is powered by them, which means they're killing their own kind. Now that the islands are free of the mist, you can travel to the final section of the game, only on a rail car powered by a flying train Seru. Though, you know, they can only take you halfway because mist is still across the land. These men essentially throw the train once they get as far as they can, and a little chaos ensues. After the crash, we are awakened to our favorite thief, Cara. Then you get the first shot of the flying mist generator, the floating castle. She gets around in the mist because of her good luck charm, which is a Ra-Seru egg that protects her, and she leaves shortly after. Now it's off to the nearest town, Seoul Tower. Seoul Tower has mist only at the bottom level, so once the team gets to level 4, the tower is mist-free, and that's where all the townspeople are. In Seoul, you'll meet Gaza, the older soldier who lives for killing the Seru. Upstairs in the jazz club, you'll find Cara, to get this gem of a scene.
Vaughn. What's a pimp?
You can do fun things in Seoul, like watch a bad comedy show or have Noah dance in a disco. Going to the roof of the tower, the players run into a Biron temple, where the master there gives you a Genesis tree sapling to grow in the basement. Look at this guy's name. Old Dean. Maybe it's like oldies, like the music. Leaving the temple, Gaza appears and fights the team. He's mad that you'll drive away the mist and destroy his way of life. Without the Seru monsters, he feels like he has no reason to live. We take down Gaza to stop his madness, and our boy Songi takes him away to heal him? Time to get to the Genesis tree sapling in the basement. After completing a puzzle to unlock the basement, the team receives a message from the hologram of Dr. Usha. In the basement, the heroes try to plant the seedling, but Songi is back, and this time he brought Gaza back with a Sim-Seru.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
After his defeat, Gaza is freed from the Sim-Seru and about to die. He decides, not us convincing him, to give his life power to the Genesis tree. Meanwhile, the Delilas family is sent off to take out the team. We head to the closest Genesis trees in Buma, but it seems they can't be revived because they're frozen. So off to Dr. Usha we go, who's hiding above the mist with a team in his tall tower. Dr. Usha tells the team that they can melt the ice by defeating a Seru in the Nuvoria ravine. He wants to give the team the space bomb so they don't accidentally get blown up by thermal energy. but he is missing fire droplets, which are in Urumayas. Each member of the party must fulfill a dream to fill up each pillar of Urumayas. Vaughn dreams of sneaking out of the wall of Rim Elm, trying to save his dying mother, and instead his mother dying and his father getting incredibly injured. Noah dreams of her parents holding her as a newborn, and then the mist comes in, so she's taken away by the Soren and left on top of a mountain where Terra merges with the wolf to take care of her. And Gala dreams of a time when Songi tricked him into taking medicine that will knock him out right before a tournament to win. After all that, you get the fire droplet. Then, the Juggernaut comes and destroys Urumayas. Cara shows up and tells the team that she'll give them the Ra-Seru egg if they revive the Genesis trees in Buma, after Usha, the fire droplets, and he and his team make the space bombs. The heroes head deep into the Navora ravine and find the Seru making the ice.
Surprise! It's the Delilas
Family.
Gala takes out Chi, the buff one, Noah takes out Lu, the fast one, and Vaughn takes out Guy, the one that's, like Vaughn. Brave?
Oh, that's attractive.
The heroes set up the space-time bombs, but somehow the Delilas family survives and decides to merge with the dying Seru in a last-ditch effort to win. Once it's killed off, the thermal energy melts the icy lands around it. Buma is no longer frozen, and we can revive all the trees now. Cara comes out to thank you, but she doesn't give you the Ra-Seru egg just yet. She gives you a sheet of music to have the piano player play at the jazz club to get Grante's attention. No one tells him that the mist is gone in Buma. Inspired, Grantes walks to Buma. They learn that Grantes was a Soren who fell in love with Cara and was forced to give up his wings when he was tricked by the master of the floating castle Zora to steal 2 of the Ra-Seru eggs in Buma in order to try to get Cara some wings. Grantes gives the heroes a Soren flute so they have access to the Soren people. At the top of Mount Dini, they play the flute and the Soren give the heroes a ride to the Soren camp in the sky to talk to their elder. From there, they agree to help you and take the heroes to the floating castle. Deep within the castle, you'll find Zora, and you'll kick her little booty, and she tells you the Ra-Seru eggs and Ra-Serus are needed to create the mist generators. Then our bestie, red-headed Bakugo,
We're gonna kill every last one of these B-list idiots.
comes back, and he destroys the mist generator? Wait, what? He didn't care about the mist at all. He was just luring the heroes into the castle and destroying it all per Court's decision. Songi finishes off Zora and laughs as he teleports away, since now that the generator is gone, the castle will crash into the ground. The Soren pick up the heroes just in time and takes them back to the Soren camp. The elder tells them to go to Konkrum as soon as possible. Well, Konkrum is looking like really bad. It's been engulfed by Seru and turned into flesh? Exploring the castle, you'll find Noah's mom, the queen. She tells the heroes to go into the caverns and find the king, and he can help you teleport to the past. He gives you the Seru flame, and you can travel to the past through the mirror. In the past, Court is excited to show the kingdom a demonstration of the mist and how it'll help them win the war against Sol. Things go awry, and the mist generator explodes, and the mist takes over Konkrum. The heroes have to stop the mist at the source, so they head to Rogue's tower, and after a really long tower puzzle, they defeat Rogue and return to the surface. The king is thankful that the mist is stopped, and realizes immediately that Court's ambitions are too dangerous. The crew is awarded with the Nemesis Gem, which will help them destroy the mist in the present time. The queen explains by the time they realized what Court, Noah's older brother, was doing, it was already too late and they failed to stop him. They open the final tower with the Nemesis Gem that they got from the past and plan to destroy the final mist generator. Inside, they find Juggernaut, absorbing the mist, getting stronger and stronger. The team finds Jet and realizes he fully believes humans will evolve in the mist into stronger beings. The heroes take down Jet and now need to find their way to the most powerful mist generator. They find it, but it's being protected by Court. He vows to kill the heroes. Court's fight is harsh. He actually summons Juggernaut in the battle a few times, which is probably some of the coolest animations in the entire game. defeating Court leads him to falling into the mist generator right before it crumbles. Then there's a cave-in, but Cara helps the heroes escape. She was able to get there since Grante was able to borrow some wings and help out. Konkrum is just gone. With the mist destroyed, the Sim-Saru that overwhelmed it got destroyed. Rim Elm is proud of the heroes and Maya is back with May. Everything seems so peaceful. May has a tailoring business now, and Vaughn seems to have got the girl he always had a crush on, so life is good, right? Gallo's concerned because he's not exactly sure where Songi went. Noah just feels so alone. There's no family left. She feels betrayed by Terra because she was lied to. Then Songi appears, tells the heroes that Court fused with Juggernaut and he's coming to Rim Elm. Juggernaut takes over Rim Elm completely. Songi tells Gala that he wants to take over another world, the Surukai. They head to Uromaeus to call a teleporter into the Surukai to stop Songi. Songi placed a Sim-Saru and is trying to destroy the ultimate Genesis tree. Now to take on Songi for the last time. He's full on let the Saru take him over completely now. With Songi gone for good, the heroes pray, and Hari comes back to help revive the final Genesis tree. They enter Juggernaut's mouth and traverse through its body to find people of Rim Elm infused within. Maya and May are especially heartbreaking to see. They finally reach the center and see Court, fused inside of the Juggernaut. It's final boss time, baby! And Court is now fully transformed into a monster. Court's gone now, but so are the Ra-Seru. Hari did as much as he could, but the Ra-Seru's time is now over. It's the Mist, the Juggernaut. The era of the Mist is completely over. Rim Elm is happily being rebuilt by the townspeople, and there's friends from all over the world that are coming to help. The village elder asks you to look for Noah because she left quickly with a baby, and the elder suspects that Court was reborn. Then Vaughn leaves Rim Elm to go on a new adventure. Did you enjoy the video? If you did, please press that like button and consider subscribing. I've been having a lot of fun making these little videos again. Also, I have a bunch of new types of videos in progress, and I hope you guys like something a little different from these storytelling ones.